Yes, people. Welcome back to GNA TV. I'm your host, Jem, and let's cue that intro. Yes, people. Welcome back to GNA TV. I hope you guys are all well, wherever it is that you may be around the world. But before we move forward, please make sure that we smash that like button. Let's hit them likes. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to GNA TV as well. We're on our road to 2K subscribers, and we're about 300, just under that, 280 odd off of getting there as well. So yeah, literally, let's help, guys, help, share away, and let's try and build it up over here. The lines will be open today. We're going to jump on the news in regards to Romelu Lukaku, the news that's been coming out over the last 24 hours or so. We're going to break down some of the tweets. I'm also going to give my opinions on what I think of it. I'm also going to be talking about Haaland as well, slightly talking about Haaland. Yeah, going through it with you guys and really just giving our overall thoughts on it. Like I said, we report on it. I just show you what people have been saying or what the tier one journalists have been saying, and then we break it down and we try and make out what we think it means or what we're waiting for, etc. So before we move forward, let's check this out. Velv is saying Haaland ain't coming. Listen, I ain't saying too much because there's a lot of Chelsea fans that bite your head off as soon as you start saying the word Haaland these days. You're not allowed to say it anymore. But at the end of the day, until I see this official bid come in for Mr. Lukaku, then anything's possible. Anything is still possible. I have got to the point now where I just want clarity. I literally just want clarity. Are we getting Lukaku or are we getting Haaland? Now, the journalists, the media, and everyone's making it look like it's Lukaku. That's cool. But we are going to delve into that. So hold your thought because I have got some bits that I do want to go through with you guys as well. He ain't coming to Liverpool neither. Well, apparently he's going to Manchester United. This is what the United fans are now saying as well, because they're the only ones supposedly going to be available, which is not true because I don't think Harry Kane potentially may go to Man City. And if he don't go there, then I think if Chelsea get Lukaku, I don't think it's a clear run for them. I really think Man City will be involved in it as well, which still don't make sense to me. I still don't fully understand it from our perspective. And we're going to break it down. We're going to break it down and go through it together. Big up, Jem. Big up to you. Big up to Real Chris as well. Big up to Chelsea fan. Hello, hashtag. Hope you're well. Ian, big up to you, my man. Guys, let's try and get 33 of you here. Let's try and get to 50 likes as quickly as possible, guys. Let's try and do that. I hope Lukaku stays. Can't get away from the pasta. Declared. Don't say that, mate. You can't say that. You're not allowed to talk about Lukaku like this, you know? People will come for you. Trust me, Chelsea fans are on it. It's ever since Lukaku's been announced. It's like Haaland never even happened. It's disappeared. I bet the Haaland source people are taking it today. Look, we will get into it. We're gonna get into it, Jim. It's over Haaland. It's Lukaku time, and that's cool. That's cool. I have no problem with Romelu Lukaku coming to Chelsea. At the end of the day, we're getting a striker. The one thing that we need to actually fully understand here is that we're actually getting a striker. That's the most important thing. I don't think Chelsea are going to allow us to go into a season without a striker. And if it's Lukaku, cool. That's what I'm going to say. It's cool. It's actually a good thing, Jem, because if Haaland were to come, how long would he stay with Chelsea? He strikes me as a mercenary, 150 million for 2-3 seasons. But at the same time, you've seen the Hazards. You've seen the players that have come through at Chelsea. They get the attachment with us. It's an emotional attachment. You know, and I think, you know, Lukaku's is probably a little bit still in there, you know, when you think about it. The fact that he may return to the place that he, you know, pretty much was starting off at the beginning in terms of Premier League football, you know, is a big thing. So we'll see. Yeah, but the Haaland thing, this is the thing. We'll get into it. I'm just going to give my point of view. At the end of the day, I'm only going to say what I feel and think. It doesn't mean that I'm right or wrong. It's just how I feel about the situation. We can all have our thoughts. I think the one thing that we need to understand as fans is we've been starved. We've actually been starved of you know, of news, of any clear clarifications. And what's happened is in our fan base is it's allowed us to sort of build up these opinions that we're all having. So yes, you might still have some people that think Haaland is the man and he's the one and this, that, and the other. And then on the flip side, you've got the people that love Lukaku. I want him as well. And then you've got the guys in the middle, which are pretty much like me, who are like, I wish we could get Haaland, but I don't mind Lukaku because, again, he brings goals. So, you know, for me, it's just clarification. Rom to Chelsea, Kane to City means that big, beautiful, here we go, Ben. Man City fans in their element. Shout out to the big man with the box cut gem. Yeah, I just got a haircut today, actually, because we've got a meeting. I'm meeting a football terrace lot on Saturday. We're going out for some drinks and that. So, yeah, it's going to be good, man. Big up to Johnny Boy. He's saying, has Lukaku signed? I agree with him. Where is this, bid? I swear yesterday night they were saying that it was going to be in a couple of hours. I'm still waiting, man. Where is this bid for man like Lukaku? Johnny, it's time to let it go, brother. Everyone's coming for Johnny. Everyone's coming for Johnny. Johnny, you are mad that now Haaland's will go United. Everyone's coming for Johnny. Big up to you, RCBN, as well. Guys, let's delve into it, yeah? Because I want to get you as involved quickly as possible as well. We'll go through some of the tweets that have come out. The most recent tweet that's come out, actually, up to now. And then we'll go through I'm only going through the tier one, guys. I'm only going through the people that have actually commented about Lukaku and what they've actually said. 50 of you here. Before we move forward, hit the likes. Let's try and get to 50 likes. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. The link will be with you shortly. The links will be with you shortly. Let's start with this, because this was a comment that came out from Absolute Chelsea. And this was recent. This is literally recent. Romelu Lukaku is happy to stay at Inter Milan. But would be willing to return to Chelsea if the opportunity presented itself. Inter would be willing to take either Marcos Alonso or David Zappacosta as a part of the deal, via Miguel Delaney, who is the chief writer at The Independent. So someone with someone that's got a bit of knowledge, bit of an understanding. Sorry, someone just texted me. He's a Don Juan. If he's the chief football underwriter, he's a Don Juan. So he obviously knows something. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, what do we make from this? I mean, the only thing I'm going to say, and I'm not trying to be negative about this Lukaku thing, because, it looks like it's going to happen. They're all saying the same thing, and they're all saying sort of, they're also saying it a little bit different to each other as well. But I keep recently seeing this word, willing. Would be willing. Now, one of the things that I've told you, and it ain't even just to the Lukaku's, it's been going through the whole transfer saga with the Haaland thing as well. I've always said to you guys, when journalists put out tweets on Twitter, you have to learn to read between the lines, because why? They're not always going to give you the full picture. They spoon feed you. Yeah, and then what you do is you jump on a Fabrizio, you jump on a Matt Law, you jump on a Di Maurizio, you go to an Ekram Kuna, whoever you think in your heart is the most legit person, Jan, because he's linked to the Haaland thing, for example, and you make your own decision on what you're hearing. Now, because all of them are saying sort of the same thing, it doesn't always mean that it's always true. People forget that Fabrizio Romano a couple of days ago came out and said that there was zero chance of Lukaku going anywhere. Then all of a sudden it switches. And this is the thing, where there's a lack of clarity, even though I feel like, yeah, look, this is going to happen. Yeah, I'm not overly jumping on it, because we need to see this official bid. They're saying willing. He's willing. Yeah, he's willing to come to Chelsea. He's only willing to come to Chelsea if Chelsea lay this. Yeah, let's go straight into it, right? Let's get straight into it. He's only willing to come to Chelsea if we do this. Here it comes. Fabrizio Romano yesterday tweets: Chelsea are preparing a new bid to sign Romelu Lukaku. Proposal expected around 120 to 130 million after opening bid turned down by Inter, which was around 100 million euros plus Marcos Alonso invited in the deal. Chelsea are offering Lukaku a long-term contract for a 12 million net. All right, cool. Now, they've all sort of been on the bandwagons and all said the sort of same thing, but in a different context, right? So you've seen the Fabrizios come out. We'll come back to the Fabrizio one, because I just want to fly through these tweets and then I'm just going to talk. I don't really want to talk about each and every, where is it? The most reputable person from the Chelsea aspect, the one that Chelsea treat as the man that knows it all, Mr. Matt Law, has also come out and said to us, Lukaku will agree to Chelsea return in a brace for a bid. And then he's obviously copied what the Telegraph of Football said here. With a Lukaku update, striker will agree to Chelsea move if they decide to pay big money. Pay big money. All right. When we had this from Haaland situation, what was it we was always being told about it? It was that Chelsea need to put an astonishing bid, an amazing bid, a major bid. Yeah. This has got the same element to it. They're now saying that, look, with the Lukaku thing, we have to put in a big money bid to land him. So Inter have turned down the £100 million plus Alonso, because let's be serious, who the hell wants Marcus Alonso just now? No one wants a Marcus Alonso. Do you know what I mean? And they've asked Chelsea, which Fabrizio has confirmed here, to issue anything in the regions of 120 to 130 million euros. Let me just get this up quickly, because now I need to go back to it. I keep going back and forwards here. Yeah? Which is what he said. Oh, what have I done here? What have I done here? 1 second, guys. Can you see me? Oh, yeah, you're there. You disappeared on my tab. I was like, where the guy's gone? I can't see him. And I've opened up another tab where I can't see you guys. I was like, am I talking to myself? What's going on? So my thing is with this is this. Listen, right? We still need to put in an amazing major bid. Inter Milan have turned down 100 million plus Alonso. Cool. They've now asked for Chelsea to lay 130. Anything between 120 and 130. That they deem Inter will accept, and Lukaku will then make his move to Chelsea. All right. We were told this last night, that in the next couple of hours, Chelsea will issue this bid. I said to someone last night, I said, if it isn't done this morning and it isn't done this afternoon, what is it now? 1:20, right? So anything between now till 3 o'clock, you won't hear any news until, I think, tomorrow. The only thing I would say is, you can take what you want from it, and I do think like it looks 95% like it's going to be a Lukaku bid and it's going to happen. But I ain't jumping on the bandwagon until I actually fully see or hear or know that this bid is put forward. They're all saying the same thing. They're all saying Chelsea are preparing an offer. Chelsea are willing to pay this. None of them have said Chelsea are doing this. None of them have come out and said Chelsea are, going to drop this. It's just willing. So it falls on Chelsea. It falls on Chelsea. And the reason I want to relate this to the Haaland news is when you think about it, right? We had a tweet come out not long ago telling us that 130 million euros supposedly had been turned down by Dortmund. Now, part of the reason why I think potentially it might have something to do with that, which may be correct, I think it is correct, is probably to do with fees and agent fees, people taking lumps out of the total 130. It just wasn't enough that Chelsea put forward. But now that we've got to offer, because we've got to offer Lukaku that figure, which is the same figure we put down originally for Haaland, why wouldn't Roman Abramovich take 2 steps back? Yeah, 1 second. These dogs are driving mad, guys. Sorry. Absolutely mad. Can you hear them? They're so annoying. They're so fucking annoying. Why wouldn't Roman Abramovich take 2 steps back and think to himself, logically, we either buy Lukaku, who they want 130 for, or we top up the Haaland deal because they want 170, add another 40 million and bring in a player that could potentially give us more, I would say more longevity. He's got more, he's raw. You'll make profit on him. He'll win us major trophies. He'll give us Champions League football. And I know Lukaku will do the same. Yes. But what I'm trying to get into your heads, is that I feel like we all go from one way to another so quickly based on what these tier ones have been saying. We're not really sitting down and saying to ourselves, all right, cool. They've said this, he said that, he said this. Where's the news? It's just, he's coming. It's happening. Chelsea are signing him. It's done. 3 weeks ago, we were all sitting here, and I was on here as well, saying When's this Haaland bit coming? When is Haaland bit coming? When is this Haaland bit coming? Yeah, and we were all saying Haaland's coming, Haaland's coming, Haaland's coming. Lukaku notion of that point then was that it was done. This was that it wasn't happening. Lukaku was staying in Milan. He's cool. There's also still the Martinez issue. From what I've heard, I think Martinez is still quite interested in going to Arsenal, which still doesn't make sense in my head why he would do that. So think of it from Inter Milan's perspective. If Martinez is pushing to get out the door to go to Arsenal, and they're willing to lose Lukaku as well, who the hell are they going to buy before the start of the season? Like, it's a lot to it. Do you know what I mean? Like, for me, it's not as straight as forward as, yeah, it's done, Chelsea are getting him because they said so. Like, I really have to delve into it. Like, and this is why I do this on here. It's not because I don't want Lukaku. It's not because I don't want Haaland. It's just because we've been so starved of clarity or a lack of knowledge or a lack of knowing that I don't trust anything anymore. First, we're being told Haaland bid's come in and this is going to happen. The next minute, we're being told Lukaku bid's come in and it still hasn't happened to this time. We're still waiting. And it probably maybe will happen. But I just want it to happen because it's driving me mad. I don't know about you guys. It's driving me mad. I am not 100% on the bandwagon that he's coming. It's happening. No. Because Chelsea could have changed their minds on this. Chelsea could have gone, do you know what? We're not paying 130 for Romelu Lukaku. We think he's overvalued. Forget that. Why don't we go and top up the Haaland deal for another 30, 40 million and go and buy him? We don't know what Chelsea are doing. We know Chelsea, as a rule, like to move in the dark. They're very secretive. It's the way they do their deals. So what I'm trying to say to you guys is, yes, the Di Maurizios, the Fabrizios, the Matt Laws, who are reputable, are all saying Chelsea are going to come back with a bid or willing to do this, and Lukaku's willing to join, providing Chelsea put a bid forward. But it's that thing there, that's still getting me. Providing Chelsea put in that next official big bid. And that's the thing I'm trying to get across to you guys at the moment. Let's read some of your chats. There's 80 of you here. Let's try and get to 50 likes, guys. Smash that like button. Let's try and get to that, please. Let's have a look what we're on. 36 likes, and there's 75 of you here. Come on, guys. 50 likes. We're 15 away. Let's try and do that. I want to go through some of your chats quickly. Actually, Manchester United will be given 72 million, and the board are getting away with it. And this is the thing. This is the other thing people don't realise with the Lukaku deal. Man United get a cut of this money if Chelsea put this bid forward. I think it's around 40 to 50 million sterling. Inter don't make a lot of money on it. You know, Inter don't make a lot of money, and hence why they're pushing the bid up. So that 100 million plus Alonso is dead to them because 40 million of it's got to go to Man United. This is what people forget. A 40 or 50 million, I'm not sure the correct figure, don't quote me wrong, but something around that figure. This is why they're pricing them so high. This is why they're pricing Lukaku so high or valuing him so high, because they want to try and make at least 90 bags on him, at least, if they're going to sell him. Johnny says 130 million bid by Chelsea on BVB, not confirmed by Jan, as he wrote on Twitter. And Jan did, and that is true. Jan did come out and say that this 130 million bid from Chelsea, he's not heard that. He's not been told by the camp. He's the closest to the Haaland family. He also came out today. Let's try and find it, actually. He also came out today and said about, where is he? Jan. Oh, Jan. Get him up. Jan. Don't know if I'm going to be able to find it now. It was one of his comments, because he's been very active today, Mr. Jan. He has been very active. He also come out and said today that it's still down to the Haaland family where he plays next, this season. He's not once come out and said, this ain't happening. This ain't going to be doing. We're not going to be doing this. Haaland's doing this. Haaland's doing that. He's not interested. Forget it, Chelsea fans. Why has this Haaland news not been squashed? Someone asked me that question. Why has it not gone? Why has no one actually come out? Why has none of these tier one journalists, Jan, who is the closest, even he would have given us an incline if he was quietly confident that he wasn't going anywhere. He would have said something. But why have we not heard anything about this Haaland news? Why? I need to get through some of these chats because there's tons. Fabrizio tweet, is he? Fabrizio tweeted. Has Fabrizio Romano tweeted? Am I missing something? Am I missing something? Yeah, Christian Eriksen is back. Chelsea. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay. Official news for you guys here right now. Can you see that? Oh, you can see it already. Oh, yeah. Chelsea are preparing. Oh, there we go, guys. I couldn't see. Chelsea, Fabrizio Romano just came out 10 minutes ago with this comment here. Chelsea are preparing the new bid. Chelsea are preparing the new bid. He said this yesterday. He's saying it again at 1 o'clock. Yeah. This is what I was waiting for. Do you remember when I just said to you 10 minutes ago that I'm waiting from 1 to 3 or from 10 to 12 for some sort of news to come out? If it doesn't, then I don't feel, because Chelsea are playing Spurs later, I don't think they would be announcing anything while that's going on. Chelsea are preparing their new bid for Romelu Lukaku to be submitted this week. Now, this week, I thought it was hours. What happened to the hours, guys? Can someone explain to me? Can someone explain to me what happened? No official proposals for Erling Haaland is what he's also said. Koundé deal still priority for Chelsea, but no agreement on Zuma value, and no agreement after also for Zuma to West Ham as of now. Jacob Steinberg is the guy who's announced this. Reporter for The Guardian. Let's follow him. What's your thoughts on that, people? Give me your thoughts on that news that Fabrizio Romano's come out with, because again, for me, it goes back to what I just said to you 10 blimmin' minutes ago. Where is this bid? I got told yesterday it's in a matter of hours. We got told it's in a matter of hours. It was going to be probably today, no later than tomorrow. And now all of a sudden we're getting this. Chelsea are preparing a new bid for Lukaku to be submitted this week. This week could be fucking Saturday, Sunday. But why does it keep changing? Why is it they tell us a couple of hours or soon or whatever? I'm not saying Fabrizio directly said that, but other individual tier 1 journalists have said they're expecting it in the next couple of hours to be submitted. And all of a sudden it's now a week. And then on top of that, no official proposals for Haaland. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's go through your comments, guys. Let's go through your comments. I want to know what your thoughts are. Oh, mate, there's loads of you. There's loads of comments here. I agree with Jem. Chelsea are preparing their new bid. Yeah, I've just read that. K Show. Let's go through this. Mate, all I'm saying is Lukaku and Ruler are on the same team. No other team will want to fight us. To be honest, that is a beast of a team. That is a beast of a team, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, Lukaku suits Chelsea more, to be honest. Why? I don't think that's true. I see, that's that. I mean, everyone can have their preference. Don't get me wrong. You could sit there and give me an analogy as to why you think he's better, or you think he's better equipped in this instance. But listen, guys, there's over 100 of you here right now. How many likes have I got? The link's going to come in the chat soon. 46 likes, guys. And let's get to 75. 75 likes. Please smash that like button. I will put the link in the chat, but I need more likes, guys. Jem needs more likes. The breaking news Fabrizio Romano has just come out with here is that Chelsea are preparing their new bid for Romelu Lukaku to be submitted this week. No official bids for Erling Haaland. He's not said Haaland deal off. I don't see Haaland deal off there. It just says no bids have been put in. And now we're being told that with the Lukaku bid, that it's going to be submitted this week. Not in the couple of hours that we were being told that was going to happen. Koundé deal was still priority for Chelsea, but no agreement on Zuma value. And no agreement after for Zuma to West Ham. So everything still seems to be quite up in the air with us, and it's getting later into the transfer window and closer to the beginning of the season. Surely we're ahead of this, man. Surely Chelsea Football Club, the board, everyone that works for us, are ahead. They're ahead. They cannot be at this stage, guys. I'm sorry. There's no way in hell we're at this stage. This week, or any of these two, him or him, we must have done something by now. We must be ahead. I just don't see how this drags on still. I really don't. And this Koundé thing as well. Surely we've got to be in a position to know what they want now. Just give them a bit more money. Do you know what I mean? Get it done. Surely they've done that. They must know what Sevilla want. Why are we still sitting on that as well? You know, and the Zuma thing to West Ham. I don't know how much truth was in that in the first place, but You know, it's interesting stuff. I'd say at the least. Let's go through some of the chats. We hear these dogs barking for Haaland. Stop spamming, guys. Big up to all. Yeah, please, guys, please stop spamming. I'm trying to fly through these chats. I am so behind. Yeah, I've seen that. Because I know you guys are talking to yourselves as well. Rom is back. Stop spamming. Jim, it's not 30, 40 million. Apparently, Dortmund want 175 or 200, and the agent is 60 million. Look. Yes, but real Chris, my point is this. Inter Milan want 130 million euros for Lukaku now, right? All of a sudden, this deal was, from what Fabrizio Romano said there, this deal is now being delayed from a couple of hours, from what I'd been told, couple of hours, to now a week, by the end of this week. Yeah, right? On top of that, if this is true, I know Jan said it isn't, he's not heard any formal bid in terms of Haaland. If this Haaland news is true, that Chelsea laid a 130 million down, of course it's not blimming enough. It's actually clever what Marina's doing, because we know that, what's his name, Raiola himself wants to take at least 40 million out of that. They're not going to sell him for 130 million minus 40 million or 50 million, whatever it is that he wants. I've heard that he maybe want even more, to be honest. Yeah, whatever that fee is. They're not going to accept that. They're just not going to accept that. Chelsea know what Haaland can't want. And Jan said it today in a tweet. He said, I know, he said it's all down to the Haaland camp on where he wants to play next season. They were his words today. Go and check it out, because he's been very active today. Now, I'm not saying Haaland's coming, guys. I do want him to come. He's my preference. But all I'm saying to you guys is still be open-minded about the situation. Be open-minded. Because we've been taken on roller coaster this transfer window. We've gone that way, then we've gone that way, then we've gone that way. And now, you know, we went from Haaland, bid coming, to now Lukaku in a space of believing a day or two. The way Koundé moved, the way the Koundé deal moved, same thing. Koundé. And then it's just dropped off. You know, just keep your eyes open, keep your ears peeled. Don't completely listen to everything that's being given to you in gospel from journalists. Take what you want from it. Take from what you see from it. Go and do your research on everything and then make your decision. At the end of the day, we're all allowed an opinion. That's what we all need to understand as Chelsea fans. You guys, me, we're all allowed an opinion. Me doing this is not to deter that Lukaku's not coming to Chelsea. That's not me doing that here. What I'm trying to do for you guys is give you my thoughts and my opinions as to why I think it's still quite open. And why I feel like it's still quite open. Because for me, I want clarity. And clarity means lay that bid, official bid. Lukaku, Haaland. I don't want to hear willing. Major bid needs to be laid. This, that. I want to see or hear that this official bid has been given for either or. And then we can move forward. Until that, I'm not all one way or the other. So what I'm trying to say to you guys is don't think the Haaland deal is gone. Don't be surprised if we do something absolutely miraculous, if it is a smokescreen, because it can happen. This is football, man. Jan says jump and someone says how high. Yeah, I get that. But Jan's also not said, no, this ain't happening. This deal's not going to happen. You know? Yeah. But he continues to say that, though, Witness Surfer. We have Jan has said consistently only crazy. But can I just say something? What are these journalists saying to us right now? A super bid for Romelu Lukaku will have to come in from Chelsea. A major bid will have to come in from Romelu Lukaku for Chelsea. What I'm trying to get at is we're in the same fucking bullshit. We're in the same bullshit at the moment. We need to take a step back. We need to take a step back and just sit there and go, right, I'm not on this side, I'm not on that side. I'm just going to wait until my club decide to put a bid forward. And it's got to be soon. They've got to be ahead. They've got to be further ahead than what Fabrizio Romano is saying here. They have to be. We are not far. We're at, what is it, the fourth? What are we on now? What are we on now? Is it the fourth? Is it the fourth at the moment? Yeah. We are 11 days away or 12 days away from the beginning of the season, guys. And we're still being reverted to this. We're still being told, wait a week, wait. Yesterday was being told a couple of hours. This was full steam ahead. It was like the Koundé move. And now all of a sudden it's in this week. He's not even been given an affirmative date because he don't know. Chelsea don't leak that kind of information. Chelsea won't leak what they're going to do to these individuals. Maybe a Matt Law, cool. Maybe to a Matt Law. Big up to Fata. I'm going to put the link in the chat. There's 150 of you here right now. I want your thoughts and opinions. I want to know if you agree, disagree with me. If you know, I just want to know because I'm just confused. I'm confused with this stuff. Is my screen not showing this tweet, guys? Can someone respond to me? Can you see the Fabrizio Romano tweet? Because I can see it. Can you not see it? "48 Hours FC." All the carcades. Watch Yannick's vid where he shows stats from Serie A last season. Yeah, fine. You know, we'll get into that. You know, there's nothing wrong with. I ain't got no issue with Lukaku coming to Chelsea. Your screen isn't showing the correct tweet, Jim. Showing a tweet from yesterday. Oh, right. Okay, cheers for that. Thank you for that update. I didn't know that. I thought I was showing you the official. Fuck's sake. 2 seconds, guys. And then I'm going to put the link in the chat, and then you guys can get involved. Is it this one? I can't see. Yeah, it's this one. Can you see this one? Yeah? Yeah, this is the one today. Yeah, I thought this is the one I had up. Chelsea are preparing. Fabrizio Romano, 1:19 p.m. August the 4th, which was 20 minutes ago. Chelsea are preparing their new bid for Romelu Lukaku to be submitted this week. No official proposals for Erling Haaland. Doesn't really clarify anything to me because that still means that it's up in the air for both him and him. It's going to be on Chelsea. Chelsea, this is the last step. This is the final hurdle, guys. This is the final hurdle for if Chelsea haven't made the decision already, which I think they probably have done. We just don't know about it. That's what I think. It's either we lay this third bid of 130 million, which is classed as a super bid for Lukaku, and we go and do that, euros, or we take a step back, we look at the what Inter Milan are proposing that we need to pay them, yeah, and we go, why don't we just top up the Haaland bid? Why don't we just top up the Haaland bid? Throw another 30, 40 million on top of that and bring him in from there. Man like monsters with me.
Yo, Jem, can you hear me, yeah?
Can hear you, bro. Can hear you. Listen, guys, there's 200 of you here right now. Make sure you smash the like button. I've only got 60 likes. So let's try and get up to 100 likes. Subscribe if you're new to the channel as well. Man like Monster is with me. Monster, Fabrizio Romano's just come out 20 minutes ago with this tweet, mate. What do you make from it? And what are your thoughts on this whole Lukaku / Haaland movement?
I'm not going to be on there too long, yeah, but I've gone on record to say that Lukaku, I felt like Lukaku, not saying no one told me this or I have any sources or anything, but I said time ago that I believe it's going to be Lukaku. And not because anyone said anything particular or anything like that, but because Matt Law was adamant. He kept saying from the beginning, it's going to be Lukaku, watch out for Lukaku, innit? So it doesn't surprise me that Lukaku's now being the one signed. And when I used to always say that time, people always used to say, oh, but Fabrizio said this, Fabrizio said that. And I always used to state, when the money's slapped on the table and when the money's put on the table, everyone changes their stance. And that's what happened. As soon as the money got put on on the table, everyone changed their mind.
I hear that. And this is the thing. I don't know if you've been listening to what I've been saying on here. I'm at a point now where, yes, all the tier ones have come out and said Lukaku. Right?
Yeah.
The thing that's getting me with this at the moment is it's still got the same stench of Haaland, and I'll tell you why. Because when you read what they actually say, and I really, I go from one to another and I make my own sort of opinion of what I think is actually being said. They're all saying that the official bid, Haaland's willing to come to Chelsea, cool, but they're waiting for the official bid from Chelsea. It's the same shit we heard with Haaland.
But
It's
Jem,
official bid. This
I
Fabrizio, 1 second. This Fabrizio Romano tweet. Just stay with me. This Fabrizio Romano tweet that he's come out with just 20 minutes ago. Chelsea are preparing their new bid for Lukaku to be submitted this week. We was told last night that this was going to be done in a couple of hours. Why has it
could
now
have,
gone up to
Jem,
this week?
it could have been. It could no. The bid could have been made already. Like
No,
we
it
don't know
is.
this.
No, I agree. I think Chelsea have made their decision. I think Chelsea have made this. I don't think these journalists actually know the position of Chelsea. That's my point.
No,
You know, that's my point. But what I'm trying to get to people is, it has the same sort of, the way they've worded it. It had the same 2 weeks ago. It had the same sort of weird meaning as the way they were stating the Haaland situation. It was, we're waiting for the official bid. We're waiting for the official bid. Chelsea planning to propose an official bid, and we were sitting here sitting on our thumbs. Now, unless I get, I'm not saying I don't want Lukaku. If we get Lukaku, I'm actually quite cool with it. I have no problems with Lukaku. Haaland or Lukaku, I don't care. I just want fucking clarity, monster. This is not clarity for me. I'm not going to sit here and keep listening to journalists saying they're waiting for Chelsea to let an official bid.
Jem,
Yeah,
I
and
think
they're not doing
with
it. Do you get what I'm
this
saying?
with this deal, yeah, I think Chelsea have sounded out through journalists that they're gonna bid such and such amount of money. Inter Milan have sounded out through their journalists they're gonna accept it. That was never the case with Dortmund. Dortmund have stated straight away that they when their financial advisor came out, he said, "I don't if they bid 200 mil, we can't say no to that." Basically, that's what he said in it.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah.
I don't think Chelsea were willing to meet that 200 million valuation. That's why it's different. It's not the same. Chelsea, both Inter Milan and Chelsea have sounded out that they will accept this and that, a reasonable fee and blah blah. Chelsea have sounded out they will pay it. Inter Milan have sounded out they will accept it, and that's where we are right now with Dortmund. They're to them the only thing we have heard from someone like close to the board or whatever advisor or anything. He stated, what's it called? We're only going to accept 200 mil. Fabrizio said it straight today. He said 175 will not even be enough. 175 is just to bring them to the
for
table.
Haaland?
For Haaland,
Haaland.
yeah. Fabrizio's video earlier on stated 175 will only bring them to the table. That it would cost probably way more than that.
Apparently Chelsea, and that because Jan squashed this earlier on because he said he's not heard it, and obviously we know he's close to the Haaland camp. Fine, but apparently Chelsea laid a 130 million euro bid.
That bid, apparently, Fabrizio said that bid was fake.
Oh, okay, fine. I still think Chelsea have done something. I'm sorry. I don't think we've sat on our thumbs and not put an obviously official, but not even kind of offered something to Dortmund.
But we've got Jim.
Deal,
I just said that though. I said Chelsea have sounded out to Dortmund, but Dortmund have said straight 200 mil. Simple.
Yeah, but is it 200 mil? It could be 170. I know what you're saying. We don't know that figure though, Monster, do we? That's the fucking problem. If Inter Milan, can I just say something to you? If Inter Milan are saying, which they have now, we want 120 to 130 million euros for Lukaku. Cool.
Yeah.
Right. And Chelsea already know that for Haaland, Dortmund want just say they turned down the 140, whatever we proposed to them, and then they're saying we want 175. Are Chelsea not in their right frames of mind to take a step back here and think, do you know what? Is it not worth just topping up another 40, 50 rather than
it's not as
spending
simple
130 in Lukaku and going to get Haaland? That's what I'm saying.
Jem.
Is it not a possibility?
Listen, Jem, there's two people I kind of believe in this story. I believe the Dortmund advisor because he is their financial advisor, right? So you have reason to believe him, right?
Yeah.
So he's the external financial advisor. The guy that said, if Chelsea come with 200 mil, I can't explain that to, our shareholders. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
This came from the mouth of one of Dortmund's financial advisors himself. Do you get what I mean? Someone official with the club. Now, obviously, Fabrizio stated today in the video, he said, if Chelsea wanted to at least negotiate, they have to drop 175 on the table. And then from there, Dortmund will negotiate. It could go up to 200 mil.
Yeah.
I'm thinking if they've already let us know what it is, 200 mil or nothing. And Chelsea probably thought 200 mil, that's, plus obviously the agents' fees and Raiola fees and this and that.
It's going to come out of that, you know that. That's what I'm
it's
telling
not.
you.
I don't
that
think it is.
that money is. I know it's coming out of that pot, and this is why
I
it's
don't,
becoming so
the reason
declined.
why I
I
don't
think.
think it is, yeah, because the other day when Pogba's fees, so Inter Milan's president now, who used to be Juve's president, released the total fees of what it cost for Pogba. Now we were all told it was 80 something million. It turns out it was way more than that. So it was around 120 mil or 130, around 120 mil when you factor in Rayola's fees. So what I think we are paying that money is, I don't think Rayola's fees coming out of that money. I think Rayola's fees coming separately.
Man, I think it is coming out of that money, and I think that's why whatever we officially offer to them. This is just my opinion. I'm only just this is what we do as YouTubers, don't we, Monster? We give our opinions on what we hear, yeah. But I think that the money that Raiola, I think originally there was a 40 million, agreement with Raiola. Chelsea have laid it down, and I think Raiola's turned around and been a bit greedy. He either wanted more, and he's probably wanted to take it out of what Dortmund's being paid, and I think that's why Dortmund are asking for so much more, because Raiola's tagging onto the total amount that we officially are going to put down. So if it's 40, 50 that Raiola wants, Dortmund get 50 minus from that, and it would give them whatever's left. So if we give them
But
175,
even if
they could
that's the
potentially be
case,
getting.
though, like if that's the case, if what you're saying is the case and it turns out to be true, then Chelsea are not at fault for not paying that.
No, they're not. They're not. They're not. And if that is the case, and look, don't get me wrong, I'm one of these guys. My preference has always been Haaland. I don't know who yours
Mine
is. I
too.
don't know if you want, but my preference has been Haaland. Would I be annoyed if we got Lukaku? Hell no. I've never once said I don't want Lukaku. I've had my disagreements with you on your channel and said, oh, I don't think he can do this, that. Cool. But if he comes to Chelsea, I know he's bagging goals under this Tuchel system. That's not the problem. I just want clarity, bro. Like
I've
I just
always
want to know
stated
where we're
that.
going. And
I've
until
always
they do this official bid, I'm not jumping left or right. I'm just sitting back because
uh,
I just don't. Chelsea are moving mad. They've moved mad the whole transfer window, bro. like yourself, this Kunde thing. What's going on with it? It was all
no, but
so
that's
quick,
the
thingy.
Kunde
Then it's gone
situation.
quiet.
The Kunde situation is from what I'm reading, Kurt Zuma's kind of causing a stall in the deal.
Yeah. Yeah, and then in that case, it might need a bit more money, and that's cool, and again, I keep saying this with this Fabrizio Romano tweet. I think all these things that he's come out with, the preparing the bid for Lukaku to be something this week, no official bids for Haaland, the Kunde deal still priority for Chelsea, but no agreement on Zuma, and then also the Zuma to. I actually think we're well ahead of all this, even though they're telling us this is the situation now. I think Chelsea are ahead of this. I think Chelsea know what they're going to do. They might have even done it. Hell
Well,
knows.
I
But
reckon it's probably done. I
yeah,
think
so do I. But why are they leaving it so late? That's my thing. It's like we're going into another week closer to the beginning of the season. We're 11 days off the start of the season, bro. This is why I say there's no way we're waiting for a week and to go into another week to get
yeah.
this shit sorted.
So it's probably done.
It just we don't know where, do we? I know a lot of people. I mean, from what everyone's saying, it's Lukaku. That's cool. I have
I
no
think
issues with that.
there's too
It's
many tier one journalists. Like normally you would hear one or two, but in this case you're hearing all of them.
yeah,
Like, so to me,
yeah.
when you're hearing all of them say the same thing, I think that only leads to one
I,
thing.
I think I'm just very tired with it all. And probably you are as well. I'm very tired with it all. It's just draining, bro. This is
It is
draining me.
draining. It is
It's
draining, but I am glad. I'm glad that the situation is over, and
it's not though. Yeah,
why
it's
is it not over?
serious. It's not. It's until that bid goes down. It's not over. This is what I'm trying to get to people. Be open minded about the situation. It's not over. We don't know what with Chelsea going to do next. We don't.
The problem is, Jem. The problem is not in the Haaland deal. It's the problem's not Haaland, or it's sorry, it's not Haaland. It's not Chelsea. The problem is Dortmund. They're being very stubborn in this
Yeah.
negotiation. It's out of Chelsea's hand.
Yeah, but you say that, and Jan comes out today and comments saying it's still down to the Haaland camp where he wants to play this season. So it's
Next,
just so.
he's talking about next season though. He ain't talking about
Yeah.
this season.
Okay, maybe I misquoted it. Someone just told me that in the chat as well. So
It's the reason why he replied that is because he
yeah,
was talking about the person who he was replying to was talking about Bayern Munich coming and pinching him, and he was saying that it's not down to Bayern or anyone. It's down to Haaland. Haaland can choose wherever he wants to go.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that's still the case now. Personally, and I think it's still the case now. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I brought a load of other people in as well. We've got Real Chris, Declared, CFC Chats, Collins as well. Guys, how you getting on? All right.
I'm good, Jem. I just want to say something though.
Go on, mate.
You know, with Haaland, yeah, we've been told we have to wait and wait and wait, yeah, and we're waiting and nothing's happened. But Lukaku gets announced like another night. We gotta say, oh, the deal's gotta be done instantly. I don't know why. And another thing I want to say, yeah, okay, yeah, go on. Respond.
No one said that it has to be done instantly. It's what the journalist said last night to us. It's what the journalist said to us last night. The tier one said, not Fabrizio, Di Maurizio and some other people. They all come out and said that they're expecting the bid to be official in the next couple of hours. Fabrizio's just come out now and said it'll be done within the week.
No, he said that.
So
I think I wouldn't be surprised. That's why I say I wouldn't be surprised if the bid was made last night and they've already agreed.
Yeah.
And I got some of the Lukaku thing. If Lukaku was a United player, yeah, and we bought Lukaku of United for like 100 million, we'd be laughing at United, say, we're taking you Lukaku and stuff. So like us paying like 100 million to Inter and Inter obviously paying United 50 million doesn't make a difference. And they go get the money regardless as well. United go get the money regardless. So
Johnny,
it shouldn't bother people.
Johnny's gonna go.
Johnny's so confident in it, man. Yeah, I've been talking to him. He is so confident in this.
I respect Johnny for it.
Yeah, I do. It's nothing. Listen, guys, can I just say something?
With the sword.
There's nothing wrong with having opinions about who you think's coming. No one's right or wrong. The only people that know about this is Chelsea. So people need to understand that.
It's Johnny's opinion, isn't it? It's Johnny's opinion, man.
But people what I'm getting is there's a lot of Chelsea fans that get really defensive about it and annoyed and upset, and I've seen it over time. I'm just like, chill, man.
But this is the thing, Jim. I told Chelsea fans a long time ago. I said, don't put all your eggs in one basket, in the sense that don't just hope this Haaland deal's going to happen. If I were you, prepare yourself for disappointment early.
Yeah, no, I agree. I've been telling them as well, Monster, on here. I've been saying, set yourself up for it. I've been saying
this deal was a crazy deal. So,
I've said it as well. I agree.
I was prepared for Ings, and I'm still upset about things.
With the Ings thing, because there was so many people always mentioning Ings, and this is because I spoke to someone. They said Chelsea are not even looking at Ings. Like, he's not even in their eyesight.
Ings was a troll, bro. Surely no one really thought about Ings.
Have you ever heard
use Ings as a troll?
Have you ever heard anyone mention Danny Ings? Like, apart any journalist?
The only thing about Ings was that his contract was coming to an end and he was just going to be out there. So he's looking to move somewhere. That's it.
People were being, just reactionary, man.
Yeah, but we've all got them though, and that's the thing. And this is why I keep saying to people, me coming on here and trying to, give you my personal opinions, why I'm not so on the top of it, of the whole Lukaku thing, taking a step back and waiting for my team to do something. It's not a bad thing. It's just that I'm fed up of the lack of clarity that our football club is giving us. It's not to say that I don't want Lukaku to come, or I don't think
I got to take a phone call, guys. Yeah, I'll be
Monster,
back.
talk in a bit, mate.
Thanks,
mate. Thank you.
I'll talk with you, Jim. No worries, mate.
Do you know where I'm going with this? It's not me saying I don't think Lukaku's coming. It's me and the lack of, my problem is with the football club and the lack of clarity that we're being given. Now, all right, the tier ones are coming out with comments about Lukaku. Lukaku's going to come. Chelsea going to do this. Chelsea going to do that. Chelsea. But we had the same thing with Haaland for fucking 3 weeks.
Because everything's contradicting itself now. We work in silence, and now all the Lukaku bids have come out. It's like we didn't do nothing with Haaland. My first question was, what happened with Haaland? Was he not our first choice? Right? And if he was, did it fail? Is it impossible to get Haaland?
How can it fail when we've not been told? This is my point. It's like we've completely forgot it and not bothered understanding it. Like, where's it gone? We've been sitting in this story for weeks. Like, what's going on with it?
This isn't a good deal. It's not like we've played everyone and see which one was the best deal and to come out of going. And everyone said Inter was desperate. Bro, Inter rejected 110 mil plus Alonso. How's that? Where's the desperation? We're overpaying for this player. There is no doubt about it, right?
But are we overpaying? Are we actually overpaying? I think
if the next bid is over 120, we are overpaying for Lukaku.
But what? That's
in 2 years. Wait, hold on. 2 years, he's gone up 50 mil.
Yeah.
Plus.
Yeah, but you're talking in euros.
Yeah, I'm talking in euros. 80 million euros.
In pounds, it's almost like 100 million pounds, right? But how
Money.
One currency. Stick to one currency.
Money. I'm trying to battle on my own here, man.
Listen, I ain't got too long, so I just thought, because I've been watching and that, and I think like it's been good, man.
Yeah.
But I want to say to everyone, I want to big up everyone. I want to say to everyone, like,
Johnny,
where's the apparently this bid is meant to come in, the final bid for Lukaku. It hasn't come after 2 hours from Simon Phillips' reported tweet from Di Marzio, right? That was last night. We've waited all the way to 2 o'clock. We've got a game tonight, so it's very unlikely they're going to drop anything towards the game because they're obviously hyping the game. So where Fabrizio's come out and said we're preparing a bid, but we already know that bid's been prepared. So why is Fabrizio tweeting that anyway? Because we know that.
He's done, but what he's actually said, Johnny, is
he's bided time.
Yeah, he's bided
time.
Yeah, exactly. He's bided time.
Right. So it's gone from last night 2 hours to hearing something today, which may still happen. Don't get me wrong. To then the end of the week. So if Fabrizio's saying it can go to the end of the week, it ain't going to happen today. The bid.
Right?
I don't think it's going to happen today.
Secondly, Jan has been so active on Twitter regarding Haaland. For the last 2 weeks, he's been dead on Haaland. All right? And since the Lukaku news yesterday, he has tweeted 3 times in less than 3 hours about Haaland specifically. And he has confirmed last night that he cannot confirm that 130 million bid has gone into Chelsea. And the reason he can't confirm it, and all these bangers and mash waffle merchants saying that we've bid and everyone thinks we know we've bid this bid, is because NDAs have been signed. So no one can release any information or they get prosecuted and fined. Okay? Because that's how Roman does business. And that's why, for me, the Lukaku deal doesn't smell right. Because if we were going for Lukaku, the NDAs would be signed and nothing would be getting leaked. And if anything gets leaked, it's what Chelsea want to be leaked. So why are we hearing 3 bids for Lukaku? Lukaku, it's gone from, and then...
it's very quick,
Then Fabrizio said last night, it's not been 2 bids. I'm talking from last night. It's not been 2 bids, it's been 1 bid. And then we're preparing this final bid last night in 2 hours. And now it's gone to today. We're preparing the bid still, and it's not going to come till the end of the week. Explain that to me.
But Johnny, don't you think things can change though in transfers? Because that's what happens.
Everything can change, and that means Haaland can get signed as well. Because no one's come
out. Johnny, you must like. I want Haaland too, but like I just think he's not happening.
Chris, it's not about who you want. It's about who Chelsea want. All right, and Chelsea have said, all right, through Jan, who's the closest source, that Haaland is their number 1 target. He's a perfect fit. Haaland is enticed and likes the Chelsea project. So what is everyone not understanding here?
Before you
is Lukaku the first choice then?
Yeah, before you to answer, it's 450 of you here right now. So please smash that like button. Let's try and get to 150. No, actually 200 likes, guys. Let's do that. And we're on the road to 2K as well in subscribers. There's 400 of you here. If you all subscribe, I'd be at 2K. I'd be at 2K. So come on, guys. Let's get me there.
So what I'm saying, is why you've heard what I've just said. Everyone's heard what I've just said. So the bottom line is, if Lukaku is their main target, we wouldn't be hearing as much information as this. And it's a lot of tier 1s. That's what's interesting, is that Haaland, I know Haaland's had an NDA. Everyone signed an NDA, non-disclosure agreement. So no one's going to hear anything about Haaland. And not even Jan can only come out with certain things until he's actually been given permission to come out of anything. And if that is, we're not signing Haaland, he's been permission to say that. And he's not said it. So therefore, for me, Haaland is not a dead deal. Haaland is still on the cards. All right?
Haaland's a dead deal.
You don't know that.
You tell him, Johnny, nothing is over.
No, you don't know that. You're saying
nothing is over. I'm agreeing.
That's your opinion.
Okay,
but you don't know that. You don't know that.
Okay. So here's what we know about Haaland. But here's what we know about Haaland, yeah? We know it's going to take
You don't know anything.
Okay, we know it's going to take a mega bid, yeah? And we know that bid is not 150, it's 175. So if I know that, I'm pretty sure Chelsea know that.
How do you know
You
that?
don't. All you know
that's
is
what
come from
knows.
one.
Nobody
Hold
knows.
on. Hold on. All you know is come from one source, which is a tier 1 source for Haaland. It's the one that Fabrizio follows lead, and that's Jan Argentov. All right, and he has. Hold on. He has stated, he has stated. Let me speak. Don't nitpick me because it will just go on forever. He has stated, 175 million euros. That's the figure he's put out. He put that out. So that's all that everyone knows. No one knows anything else, right? So when you say to me, Haaland wants 200 million, where's that figure come from? Because it ain't come from Jan, and it's come from no journalist. All right.
Well,
on top of that, we know from what Jan said, all right, that Dortmund are waiting for a mega offer. No one knows what that mega offer is. No one knows how that's tailored or structured. No one has a clue. So it's all speculation, theory. Why is it not true? Tell me, what do you know then?
Monster was just on here, and he literally said that the financial advisor of Dortmund, said they want 200 million. Jan said they want 175.
He just cracking joke. He just told you something. Just cracking joke.
So you're going to go by a Dortmund. Hold on, you're going to go by a Dortmund advisor. That's going to say 200 million. That's going to say 200 million, and Jan, who's a reporter and journalist, who's actually closest to the family of Haaland, is not sounded 200 million. He said 175 million. So someone's telling bullshit.
Yeah, I hear that.
Right?
I agree. This is what I'm saying.
So my point is, no one knows.
No one knows.
No one knows. But that's what I've been saying to people. No one knows yet what's going on. We're just being told by tier ones that this is a situation. And all I'm saying to you guys is just be open-minded. Everyone can have their opinions. Lukaku, Haaland, cool. But just be open-minded until that bid comes in, and we get clarity. Then, but just at the moment, that's what I'm doing. I'm not jumping on anything. I'm just sitting back.
All we have now is common sense, right?
Yeah.
We all have common sense. The little details that we believe are true, right, is the release clause of Haaland. And no one thought that we would spend that much on Lukaku as well. And now the bids are coming through.
Common sense is not common.
Sorry?
Anyway, I've got to go, Jen. Big up to you, bro. Big up, son. Laters, mate.
Common sense is the only truth we have. It's the only link we can make, right?
Oh, so announce Haaland, yeah.
I know what you're saying. I'm saying common sense is not common.
Yeah. Okay, right. It's what we have, right? If it's not common, it's the reason I call it common sense is because it happens more than often, right? And you're saying it's not common because you make time on it. But end of the day, right, there might not be no Haaland bid. How much?
I'm saying it because
we don't know what's happening. Yeah, I know what you're saying. But all of a sudden, to defend Lukaku's high bids, right, is someone's just jacked it up to 200, right? We don't know if Lukaku was first choice. We don't know if Haaland's first choice. We have no idea what's happened, right? But the end of the day is that we are going to spend overs for Lukaku, right? And this is why everyone's upset about, and everyone's wondering what's happened with Haaland deal, right? And
I have an answer.
You have a counter?
Maybe Haaland is just too expensive. Have you thought about that? Like, let's say the reported price. Let's just say, right, in theory, it's 175 or 200, right? Then you have to pay the agent fees. So if it is 200 that we put down, we're almost spending 240, 250 on one player, and maybe that's Chelsea's entire transfer budget.
I don't think it. I think that
maybe you've just jacked it up. How about that? How about you just jacked it up?
Not be that high.
No. I think that.
I don't know how you came up with that number, bro. I'm going crazy.
Guys,
just defending. The only way people are defending Lukaku is by
one second.
On the Haaland deal.
I've got a donation from Rodrigo Rodders. Thank you for the donation, bro. It says, let's be real, guys. This club never backed the manager after winning a major trophy, apart from summer 05, 06, and 09 to 10. After the double, 14-15. Now after the UCL, the manager gets no backing. We won't back TT. I think we will. I think we will get a striker, Rodrigo. I really do. I don't think that's the issue here. I think it's understanding who, which is the annoying thing, and we've left it so late in the season as well, which is frustrating for me. Like I said, I have no problem with Lukaku. I have no problem with Haaland.
I'm sick of waiting.
I just want fucking clarity, man.
But
I've actually got an issue with
it's
Lukaku.
it's
Since
not.
2017, I've had an issue with Lukaku, and I think we're paying overs, and everyone's
We might be
overrating.
paying overs, but that might be why Chelsea are
At
not
least the
committing
striker,
to this as
honestly.
quickly as people think. This is what I'm saying. Be open-minded. It might be that Chelsea don't do that. Who knows what we're going to do?
The reason with this is because Chelsea, they do stuff like this where because they're focusing on trying to get the big guy or whatever it is, they'll cancel out themselves from getting anything else done, really, which will result in us scrambling last minute to end up getting.
Yeah, but I don't mind getting a striker though, Brian. You know,
no,
that's the
again,
thing.
I know.
Yeah.
We
If
do
don't
need
sign
a
anyone
striker,
else.
but we need a quality striker. Like when I heard Chelsea fans saying, if we can't get Haaland, don't buy Lukaku, buy Isaac
Ings.
or no. I mean, I don't necessarily mind Ings. I don't.
Danny Ings.
Can I?
I've been calling his name for so much. I think I want him now.
Can I finish? I don't mind Ings per se because he can eventually be a backup. But people saying buy Oscar Isaac or Validovic or something because for some can I what?
You said you want Kane, Prime. You said you want Kane, Prime.
Can I finish?
Yeah,
Can I
go on,
finish?
go on. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, but what do you mean I said I want Kane? What does that got to do with this?
Yeah, you said you want Kane. That's the thing.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with this?
Which is not going to happen, but carry on.
But I said I want Kane. I didn't say it will happen.
I want Kane too, but he's third option.
But I know I didn't say it. I'm not like Johnny who's saying it will happen. So what does that got to do with this?
No, hold on. I want to listen to your point. You just said Chelsea need a quality striker. Sounds like you're writing off Lukaku and you're bringing up Alex Isaac.
No, I'm
not.
Literally.
Well, no, I'm not writing off
Lukaku.
See, because you. That's not exactly what I said. That's why you guys aren't listening. I'm saying that Chelsea fans are saying that because we can't get Haaland, they don't want Lukaku at all. They'd rather get people like Isaac or.
I don't think anyone said that.
Can people stop interrupting me, please, and let me finish?
Go.
Yeah, let him finish.
Because I'm making valid points, and you guys aren't understanding, and you're thinking that I want Isaac. Chelsea fans are saying because they're saying stuff like, because we can't get Haaland or something, that don't buy Lukaku, buy someone like Isaac, who I don't think is necessarily that good. Or they're saying things like, don't buy a striker this window and try and get Haaland next summer, which is going to be even worse for us because we probably won't even get him next season. And then we'll end up probably not really having a quality striker.
Yeah.
Unless it's again, that's only if Lukaku is available. Or if someone else buys Lukaku next summer.
I'll guarantee you this: no one's in for Lukaku.
I know, but again, that's if Lukaku is available next summer, or maybe he signs a contract where he's just worth too much, or maybe someone else buys him next season or something. Or unless it's a thing of we want to play with this false nine, which is fine and not a problem, then you then have to buy another inside forward or another creator or something to facilitate playing a false nine, which probably would have been Sancho perfectly. But we didn't do that.
Because it's such a big sum of money, if we did invest it somewhere or we did hold it off for next season, could we not be better off in a way? Or like you said, if we experiment inside forward, we experiment with different type of players, but it's still 120, 130 mil that we can invest in different areas. I know how desperate we need a striker, but I'm not convinced of Lukaku being that man. And
That's
Lukaku
what we
prevents I know that's what we need, right? But he's not that good.
Lukaku is a world class striker.
I'm an Inter Milan fan as well, and I watch his games. He is still very much the same issues as Man United.
No, that is not true. Lukaku is a world class striker. Like he's a world class striker.
People were judging
if people are saying we should get a better striker, again, it's a thing of who is out there. Kane isn't available. Benzema is not available. Lewandowski's not available.
How many strikers is there?
Haaland, it looks like he's not available. So Lukaku is the best striker out there that we can actually get.
100%.
No, I think there's you can
experiment
with
Wait, someone said we can experiment with what?
I said, can I say something?
Yeah, let
I have an
say,
unpopular opinion, and people have been drilling on me, right? But like I tell you guys, I'm an Inter Milan fan as well, and I've seen a lot of games. A lot of the issues that he had at Man United, right? He still had at Inter. Martinez is a better striker there, and he did all the legwork. And Lukaku did score 24 goals in Serie A, but 6 of them were penalties as well. The biggest issue I had with Lukaku is when he versed good defenders, they had him in his pocket every single time. He's not a striker that hasn't beaten any good defender, right? In the Euros, he played well against shit teams, and against Italy, he gone missing. And this has been a very common theme in his whole career, right? He's not 130 mil, but he does great against bullying small defenders, against smaller teams. But when it comes to good defenders, he goes missing all the time. He's not fit enough the last 90 minutes as well. And all these factors, right, that I have, the guy is too big for the sport almost. But he's still, I'm going to say he's a very good striker. But he's not world, like, I'm not going to say he's top 5. To me, he's not top 5, sorry. Right?
Wow.
And he's not 130 mil. And you're going to see these problems.
I hear you, yeah, but you're forgetting, right? Deep this, yeah. Lukaku's got 113 BPL goals, right? Say, for example, if he scores 25 or more goals for the next 4 years, he's the second top all-time scorer in the BPL, bro. You can't tell me he ain't going to do it in the Prem. People are basing this off of United, off his days at United. Look at him at Everton. At Everton, he was a joke, bro.
With all those goals you mentioned, yeah? And what was the biggest issue when he came to Man United, when he played for a top team? He does against the little teams and doesn't do against the big teams.
Okay.
And that's still in the Serie A. In the last 2 years, everyone said he's found form and all these things, right? All he did was really lose weight because he battles a weight problem, right? Conte was very strict. And as he gets older, that's an issue. That's one comment. And he went to an easier league, right? In Serie A where everyone else has dropped off, even Juventus, and Inter Milan dominated. He looks a lot better in that league. That's not going to translate. Can I debunk
That's
what's happening in 2 years.
Can I debunk what you said? The thing people say he has a weight issue, he doesn't actually have a weight issue. It's hold on. Yeah, but there's a reason for that. I think the last tournament he was at internationally when he was at United, when he was playing with Belgium,
what's going on? What's happening?
What?
Primex delay.
Because they were trying to play. Because they were trying to. We're talking about Lukaku. Because he was trying to play with Martinez. Bruno Martinez wanted to play with this big target man. Lukaku put on weight in order to be bulky and facilitate him playing as a target man. And because after the tournament and going into the new season, he didn't lose the weight enough, and then the whole thing with United and Mourinho got sacked, and then Oli came in, and yada yada yada. All that problem happened. So he went to Inter Milan and had to obviously shed the bulk and adapt to a different style of play. People talk about his. But hold on. I know what he said, but can I just finish? Again, people talk about his goals and everything for United. Like he has like he scores every 2 games on average with his conversion rate or with his strike rate. I'm trying to find up the goals.
I'll quickly, and I'll add in. He said himself he put on weight while they made United, not bulk, weight. Conte put him on a Basconi diet, full of white meats, right? And
you can't make Lukaku skinny.
It's his body type. Unfortunately, you can't. It's his
body type, man. He's a big bone guy. What's wrong with big bone guy, man? Come on. Why are we even talking about this? Can I just ask? We all sitting here talking about Lukaku.
I'm saying that about Lukaku not being a second option or something. I don't know.
I think it's just to move on.
Yeah, Jem, I'll talk over. I don't rate him, and we're going back and forth now.
And let me say something, please. Everybody's talking about Lukaku. Everybody's talking about Lukaku. I don't know why people keep talking about this Lukaku issue. For me, all these things is PR stuff. People are just giving stories from nowhere. Nobody knows what is going on. For me, I don't care who is coming to Chelsea. What I know, because all these things you guys are talking about because of maybe last season, Werner did not score much goals. And if you watch very well, look at what happened yesterday. The Premiership have changed the VAR rules and regulation. And if those things maybe apply this season, there are some goals that Movana scored, maybe you could have accounted for him all this season. So what I know for sure that this season, whether we sign Lukaku or we sign Rolando, I still stand that Werner is going to surprise everybody because he's going to hit, as in maybe he's going to hit more than 15 to 20 goals this season. That's one, I'm sure of that one. You can laugh at me, just mark it. I'm still marking this video. No,
I'm
you
with
still
you.
not mark it. What I'm telling you
Werner's
that
going to be a
Werner
better
is going to
player.
score. He's going to score goals. Well, I don't know why people, and this is the reason why I don't. When it comes to some, let me hold on. When it comes to the way some Chelsea fans do some certain things, they write people off very easily. Then, like, if you watch last season, everybody was like, kind of, Kappa is gone. If they should sell Kappa, they should dash it to whoever they want. Forgetting the problem that Kappa is having is because of Lampard. Because Lampard is playing what, as in, we forget when Sarri was in Chelsea, Kappa was doing very fine. If you watch everything, he was doing very fine. But during Lampard season and everything, because of you watch, when it comes to Lampard, we score 2 goals. Before you know, we concede another goal. Before we score another goal, we concede another. So for me, if you watch Kappa this season, how he's playing on that, you can't, that kind of confidence is back. Look at his performances, even against Arsenal. If you watch that kind of save, you see that confidence coming back. For me, Werner is going to score, as in when I mean goals, he's going to score goals. And people, everybody will be like, nobody will talk again. And more especially the Chelsea fans, I'm not talking about other people, more especially most people. And you see, why is it that people, I would say people, I say fans that maybe people that support Chelsea through maybe Twitter or Facebook or whatever, but people in the stand, if you watch how they support Timo Werner, if you watch people, they keep cheering him up.
Collins, are you saying wait a second, Collins, stop for a second, mate. Are you saying we need to rely on Timo Werner rather than get Lukaku?
If we don't get what I'm saying is that
I had to
the
stop
last
you there.
Now hold on. What I'm saying is that instead of us signing Lukaku 130 million euros, you understand? I don't support it. It's better for us if we can't get Haaland, if you can't get him, just leave. We can go with that striker this season. We can go with that striker this season.
No, Collins, man.
If we got Kai with us as well. Kai, what you saying, my bro? What's happening?
God. People don't watch the game, how the game is being played.
Kai. You hear me?
What I say we should go with, what I'm saying is we should go with it. If you watch this season now, all the players, we bought a lot of players last season, and all of them are coming to their form. Ziyech is going to play fine. Callum Hudson-Odoi is going to play fine. So we can get all those goals from different ways.
We need someone to finish.
That striker. Look at what they won the league with that striker. Man City, they played with that striker last season, and they won the league. So they get their goals from different areas. So I believe Chelsea can get their goals from different midfielders. We can get, Mans can score like 8 goals. Harvard can score like 10 goals or 11 or 15 goals. Pulisic can score 7 goals. Hudson-Odoi can score 6 goals. Then Ziyech can score 8 goals. Before you know, we make up the Werner can score 12 or 15 goals. Then or some defenders can pop in and score.
Collins. Stop
waffling.
Kai, what you saying, man? Come on, let's go.
Hey, bro, how are you doing?
Yeah, not bad, mate. You're right.
Yeah, I'm good, man. I have never seen someone talk for 4 minutes and say absolutely fucking nothing. Jesus Christ, bro.
Thank you, Kai.
What do you mean Lukaku is good enough, bro? And you shouldn't be joking about people struggling to lose weight, man. Come on, bro. But anyway, man, Lukaku.
Are you talking to me or are you talking to?
I'm talking to anybody who's dissing fucking Lukaku, man. Look at Lukaku, man. The guy is a brick of fucking muscle, man.
That's what I'm saying. He's in the wrong sport, bro. The guy should be.
I don't want Lukaku for me. I don't want Lukaku.
The guy scored 350.
The guy is built for rugby, bro, and that's why he's trying to play this. He's trying to be a soccer player.
Lukaku's got more Premier League goals than Drogba.
Who's talking to me right now, man? All I see is
you ain't comparing me to Drogba.
Anyway, let Kai talk. Kai, what's your thoughts on Lukaku, Haaland? What's going on, mate?
I gotta leave soon, yeah? Lukaku scored 350 fucking league goals, yeah? And people tell me he's in the wrong sport. What the fuck is wrong with you people, man? 350 fucking league goals.
In the wrong sport.
He scored 350 fucking goals. What do you mean he's in the wrong sport? 350.
No, but you talked about
is very good.
You talked about. I was talking about his body. Yeah, we weren't talking about his goals. Yeah. He has trouble keeping weight off, and that's what you brought up.
Who's talking to me? Who's talking to me right now? Who's talking to me? Is it Fatou?
Declared.
Bro, first of all, his body is actually perfect for a striker role because nobody can take the ball out of him, man. Unlike people like fucking Tammy Abraham who get pushed up every time somebody breathes on his neck, man. Lukaku is a very, very good player. He fits Chelsea perfectly, man. That's the reason that we want him. That's the reason that Inter signs him, man. Because the reason his body's good because he can play with 2 strikers, man. All this fucking agenda waffling, man, and tell me he's in the wrong sport when the guy scored 350 fucking league goals and he's not even 30 yet, man.
You want to show him his body, right?
Well, bro, but his body works. He's scoring fucking goals and nobody's taking the ball out, man.
No, but look, listen, Kai, you misunderstood because you keep referring to goals. I didn't say he can't score goals, yeah?
Okay.
I said, and this sport accepts a lot of body types, but he is massive. He's bigger than a lot of players in the sport.
But he's faster than he's faster than Abraham, and he's bigger.
I didn't say slow. He's a beast.
So what's wrong with his body, though? I don't understand. Can someone explain?
I don't know. But that body.
Nobody's talking that he can't score goals. You know, he's talking about the price.
Listen, let me clarify. That body type comes with problems, and one of the problems is the weight, right? And he has trouble keeping. He has trouble looking as fit as he looks now, right? And as he gets older, right? He can drift to putting on weight very quickly, and he has to battle that problem, right? And as he gets older, it's going to be an issue. That's what happened because of how big he is.
Bro, but have you seen the shape that he is in right now?
That's why Conte put him in that shape,
bro.
Right? But he can very easily drift off. It's a battle. Bro, he has to battle it. He even admitted it.
He makes Tammy Abraham and Timo Werner look like women near him, man. What do you mean? The guy is muscular as fuck, man. Nobody can take the ball.
He's a fat Tammy, bro. That's what he is.
No.
He's not. He's fat. Have you seen him, bro?
I'm sorry. Hold on.
He's not fat.
Wait, hold on. Let him land. You were saying he's Tammy.
Listen, I didn't make up any of these points, yeah? These words about his weight are from himself.
No. Forget his weight. You said he's Tammy.
No, that was just a joke.
Oh, okay. Don't. Tammy's a serious issue. Don't make jokes like that.
We're very tense, very serious. Look, Kai, the points that I made has come from himself. He said what the biggest difference when he moved from Man United is because he was battling that problem at Man United, and then Conte put him on a different diet. It was called the Brasconi diet or some shit.
That was what?
Well, two children the same.
3 years ago.
This is true. This is a fact. This is what came, and this is a problem unique to that player.
Bro,
that's why I brought it up.
With all due respect, everything you're saying right now is subjective. If you look at it objectively, he scores over 20 league goals in every season he has been at Inter Milan, man. He's a phenomenal fucking striker, and he's one of the best in the world. And if Transfer Market values the guy over £100 million, that's an official website for transfers that actually clubs use. Should I listen to him? Should I listen to a guy who tells me his subjective opinions, bro? It doesn't make any sense.
Lukaku's numbers in the Prem: 252 games, 155 goals assists. In the Champions League, 27 games, 16 goals assists. In the Europa League, 33 games, 29 goals assists. In Serie A, 79 games, 59 goals assists.
Are you hearing that?
No. It took 6 penalties in the Serie A too.
I don't.
Hold on. Again, penalties are still goals.
Literally.
So what's your problem?
He's not going to take him in our team, so I'll take that away. And then I'll
wait. Declared. You're an Inter fan, so you take them in our team. You're not a Chelsea fan, are you? And besides, if he's not taking penalties, Chelsea don't win a lot of penalties, do we? Anyway.
Can I just say?
You're cherry picking my points.
Go on, Jim.
He's still not officially a Chelsea player. All right, let's just calm down for number one. Number one, he's still not an official Chelsea player. All right, there's going to be disagreements from people that like Lukaku. There's going to be disagreements to some people that don't think Haaland's a good suit. The one thing I will say about this whole situation, which is a good thing for us, that we should all come together on, is that we're getting a fucking striker, something we need. Yeah. Exactly. So if it's Haaland, if it's Lukaku, just get a tier 1 fucking striker in the door so we can work off him. Yeah. And look, people might think Lukaku's not the best. I've even criticised Lukaku. I can sit here and be honest and say even I've been very picky about him as a player individual.
Can I ask Brian a question? Can I ask Brian a question? Can I ask you guys a question? Kai, can I ask you a question?
Guys, before you do that, can I just say 2 seconds? There's 355 of you here. Can we get to 1.8k subs? We're literally 30 off. And smash the like button. Let's get to 200 likes. Go on, Kai. If you was talking, go on.
I want to ask Kai a question.
You can ask Kai as many questions as you want, man. That's why I live for. But let me finish my point, yeah?
Okay. A question I want to ask you now, okay? Before you continue.
Before you ask me a question, let me address what Jim said about Lukaku. Yeah? Jim, I had the same opinion as you about Lukaku, right? And then, if you know Will from my panel, yeah, he told me that okay, this guy is completely different to what he used to be at United. So I actually watched him at Inter, and his first touch is better. His team play is better. He's an actually improved player since he's been at Inter. Because 2 or 3 years at another club is a lot of time for him to learn and develop. He's actually a much better team player now since he's been at United. To me, he's a much better player than he was at United. Because I also had doubts about him. But then I watched him and I actually changed my mind. Because, you know, when somebody put like evidence in front of you, right? You have to kind of think about your opinion and kind of like adjust it in a way. You know what I mean? So
and also, he's allowed to improve, Kai, as well. You know, yes, he might not have been the same player. And look, I've criticised him because I ain't watched him enough, and I've been like, nah, he's got a shit touch and he's fat or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Whatever comes in my head. Do you know what I mean? But if he comes to Chelsea, I'm backing him. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be dissing my own players. I don't diss any of my players. You know what I mean?
It's not like we have superstars on our team either, man. We have Timo Werner who clears for the opposition. We have Tammy Abraham who can't even fucking stop a ball and control it. So it's not like we are here like trying to act like we know everybody, man.
Can Lukaku allow us to compete for the title next season? That would be my question.
Yes, he can. He scores 20 goals. He averages 20 goals a season every league he played in. So yes, he can. Yes, he can.
Jim, can I ask a question? I get the wrong idea of where I am. Yeah? Look, I actually hope I'm wrong, right, about Lukaku. And I've had this stance since 2017, yeah? So you can understand my stance on Lukaku for a long time. And I said I'm an Inter fan as well as a big Chelsea fan too. And I've watched a lot of his games. And I've come to this conclusion with that, yeah? And I do hope I'm wrong. Kai, and that's where we stand, yeah? You think he's improved a lot, and I still saw a lot of faults in his game, even though he ripped it up in Inter, right? And I saw that, okay, this guy's not going to be able to do this in the EPL. That's where I stand. Mm-hmm. And I hope I'm wrong too. Yeah. I actually hope I'm wrong. And that's where my reservations are. Because the evidence that you talked about...
Not Serie A player of the season? Is he or is he not?
He was, and he deserves it if he's doing that. But, you know, this is the thing. Is he in the world-class category? No. Is he classed as world-class? So you put him. Wait a sec. You guys are still already putting him in the Lewandowskis and the.
He's top 5
that category. Yeah.
Gem. It depends. Like again, everyone's preference or category of world class is different because some people is top 3, some is top 5, some people might say top 10. So for you, Gem, do you have to be top 3 strikers in the world or top 5, or what is your category of world class?
World class for me is done on tiers. Not exactly numbers. I tier what I think is world class. So where I think Sancho is a great assister, I'd class him as tier 1 with maybe a Neymar. I wouldn't think Rashford. I wouldn't think a Rashford's tier 1. I'd think he's more of a tier 2. Does that make sense? Because he's not at the level of ability. That's my opinion. So I'd do the same with strikers.
So knowing you, then you would probably put Lukaku in tier 2.
I'd put Lukaku in tier 2, but that's just my opinion. I'm not saying it's
no, again, that is perfectly fair. But again, the thing is what I say is the tier 1 strikers, so Benzema, Lewandowski, even Haaland now, Kane, we can't get them. So Lukaku is the best of the tier 2 strikers.
Yeah.
And it's not like Lukaku can't push into that category of being tier 1.
Yeah, I want to ask Kai a question before you. I want to ask Kai a question.
Well, you really are a big fan of me. All right, ask the question. What's up?
No. I want to make something clear here. You know, when I'm talking about Ven, I'm not talking about a signing any striker. I want you guys to understand me very well. Okay. Now, 2004, when Chelsea signed DJ Drogba, first season, Drogba did not perform very well. We all know that. Maybe if it is in this kind of modern age, and everybody will be saying, sell Drogba. We don't want Drogba. But next season, Drogba performed very well, right? And I remember last season, all of us, when Chelsea signed Timo Werner, all of us were like, because he was killing it in Bundesliga, he was scoring goals off and on. And everybody was saying Werner, everybody was happy.
It's not a question, man. It's a paragraph, man.
So what I'm saying that, why are we finding it difficult not to give him this chance at least after this season now? Because this season, we can see we won the champion. You guys We won Champions League without a strike, without even maybe Movana hitting the. We won the Champions League. Not that we didn't win any league. We won Champions League with Movana with Havertz.
I actually have a perfect answer for you. Yeah, I have a perfect answer for you. And Jim knows I'm a big fan of Werner. I want Werner to succeed, but I will not. And I fucking repeat this, and I highlight this 1,000 times. I will not put my club's fucking future on the line just so this guy can get comfortable in the league. You know what I mean? Chelsea comes first, and Chelsea needs goals now. So I will not wait for Werner to get comfy in pajamas and become a better player. Nobody had that fucking time. Chelsea need to go back to the top. We haven't won a Premier League in 5 years, and it's our time is now. Our time is now. We can't just keep waiting, man. So I like Werner. I think he's a good player, but we can't put all our eggs in one basket.
No, we need a clinical striker. That's what we need.
Yeah.
We can't just keep waiting and we can't just keep waiting. Win, fortunately for Werner, as much as I like him, man.
Like the thing is, we need goals from all of our forwards in general. So it can't just be a thing of we get Lukaku, he gets 25 goals, but Werner's still underperforming. Havertz isn't getting many goals, and Mount only has 6 goals. Like, we can't do that again. Everyone has to step up, as well as Lukaku, or if it is Haaland that we manage to get, bangs in 25 goals for us. Because it's the City work with their false line because they have a front line that everyone chips in with goals. Liverpool, I know they rely on Salah a lot, but everyone still also chips in with goals. The Chelsea teams in the past, the reason why we're successful is because we got goals from everywhere as well.
Is he in London? Is he in London? No.
Why can't we do it the same season now? Because we have good players in the front. We have good players in attack, and he believed that. And last season, most of them, we signed a lot of players last season. So the team need to gel. They need time to gel together because we have signed about 6 or 5 players last season. So they need time to gel together. And I believe this season, with the preseason, they have
look at it this way. Look at it this way.
Okay.
Yeah, but they need to gel. But what about Chelsea, man? What about Chelsea? Should Chelsea just wait and hope that they gel? What if they don't gel?
We want Champions League. We want fucking Champions League. We want Champions League.
No, we can't do it again, Colin.
That's fine, but we can't just hold still because we want Champions League.
With this team, we can't do it again.
What about the Premier League?
That's because of Tuchel's tactics. That's why we won Champions League.
To me,
because you don't know the kind of coach you have. This is not Lampard.
Yeah, but it's not Lampard. Yeah, I know. Look, hey, don't lecture me about Tuchel. I wanted him when everybody wasn't sure about him. Jim knows.
He did actually. To be fair, I can back him on that as well. He did say that.
So don't tell me, Tuchel is not Lampard. I know very well. I've been following Tuchel for 4 years.
Even I questioned him about Tuchel. Even I was like, I don't know.
For me, I never questioned Tuchel for one day. I never questioned him even when
it's not fair to put Tuchel in this pressure with a player who can't score goals. We need to back our managers, not put them on the spot and make them struggle. And just it's your fault if you don't like succeed. We should back them, And I'm glad we're doing it with Tuchel because Tuchel wants Lukaku as well. Just because you don't want it, don't say Tuchel don't want him because a lot of reports.
No, Kai, I don't say I don't want Lukaku. Look, Kai, I say I don't want Lukaku. Watch me, understand me very well. See, for me, what I want, spending that much amount of money on Lukaku. Because spending 100-something million euros on Lukaku, for me, it's too much money. So if you can get Lukaku 85, 90 million, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. But what I'm saying that, can't we give this guy a chance?
Are you an accountant, bro? Who cares how much we spend?
Kai, in fairness, though, I understand what you mean. Over 100 mil. Over 100 mil is probably a lot for Lukaku. However, for me, I think spending 150 on Haaland is too much and not worth it. But again, it's not our money. If our owner's willing to do it, it's not our money. So we shouldn't care.
Prime. According to transfermarket.de, which is the website where most of the club gets the evaluation from, he is valued at 100 million.
Yeah,
so I don't understand why is it. It's not too much. It's 100 million.
I know. But again,
if someone like Ben White who can't even make the international team for fucking England, 50 million, and a centre back. Lukaku, with all due respect,
Ben White have a resale value. They have a resale value. They have a resale value. They have a resale value. Lukaku don't have a resale value.
But exactly. But again, it's a seller's market. If a club values a player at a certain amount and you're desperate for that player, then you will pay that amount. And again, for me, it's I don't care because if Roman's gonna pay it, then for us, for fans, why should we care? It's not our money.
Prime. But with all due respect, if Jorginho is your top scorer, value can go fuck itself, man.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Defensive midfielder is our top scorer. We need to.
I know. I know, I agree. That's why I'm saying that we're desperate for that, so we have to pay that money. So again, it's a thing of that, you know, it is what it is.
The stats are all skewed, man. We had a change in manager, we had a change in striker, and we had a change in whole team setup, right? Of course, our Jorginho is going to look like a top goal scorer, and our stats are going to be all over the shop. That's going to be true, yeah. We got Werner missing, and whether we just made top 4 or could have challenged, we don't know. Does that make sense? We can't use last year's stats as accurate.
Yeah. Well, look, it's go on. Who hasn't spoke yet? Because there's a lot of people. I don't think Rogers hasn't, right?
Gotta get back to work.
All right, Kai, I'll talk to you a bit. We're going to finish off in a minute anyway. But Rodrigo, what do you want to say, bro? What's your thoughts on it all?
I just want to say, can you guys hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you, my man.
Yeah. Chelsea fans shouldn't be disappointed if we don't sign anyone. I've seen this time again with this club. It's not the first time, and it won't be surely the last time that we will not sign anyone. Of note, obviously, we signed the keeper from Fulham. Yeah, fair enough. But with this Lukaku and Haaland talk, I don't think we will sign anyone. I think we will go into the season with Werner and Harvard.
Wow. Well, you think you have no confidence in your ball to get a striker, bro? I don't think that's going to happen.
Rodrigo, that's not going to win a trophy,
man. It sounds crazy. I don't think we will sign anyone of note.
Wow.
What
I hope not. I honestly hope you're wrong.
I hope you're wrong too.
We're meant to complete that, and then that's going to happen. And the Lukaku deal, when I read the report from all these tier 1 journalists, they're not really saying, a bid is imminent, but the way he's going.
I know he's saying what you're saying, Rodrigo, is what I've been saying the whole stream.
That's
basically,
we need to just sit on the
bench and wait for this clarity, because it's not something that's come out. And if you read them carefully, all of them, they all say willing, or or are going to approach it, or they're going to do this. It's not Chelsea are going to do. The only thing I did see yesterday was, in a couple of hours, Chelsea will propose a bid. Now they're saying it's going to be within the week. So it's like, I think Chelsea have done it. Personally, I think Chelsea will, whoever Chelsea have chosen, I think they're well past that now. That's my opinion. But we have to just see.
It was when I look back in the previous summers, when after we win a big trophy or major trophy. So the last time we actually went to the summer and reinforced the squad properly was 2005, 2006, when we signed SCN. We signed a bunch of players in that summer to reinforce Mourinho's squad. And after that, we won the league again, 2006-07, when United won the league after 3 years. We didn't reinforce the team. That's Mourinho was pissed off. We ended up finishing second. Drogba actually was Drogba's best season. 2008, 2009. 7-8 when Mourinho got fired. Grant came in. Again, I think in that summer, we only brought in Pizarro. He scored 2 goals. Again, after Ancelotti, 2010, 9-10, again, won the double, going to the summer, didn't sign anyone of note. Again, so is a recurring thing. No, but it's crazy for me.
There's context to your stats there, because the context is we don't back the managers that we don't think are going to be around. And Conte had a falling out with the board. No, right? And when he did that Costa stunt and lost us a lot of money, right? Is when we gave him shit transfers.
Ancelotti and to the money the player Conte was looking his old players, Vidal, all those old players, This is not by that.
Conte. We had Ancelotti before.
So just the board's getting away with everything.
We had Mourinho twice in 2014-15. Didn't get backed. That's why he was pissed off at the beginning of the season. His mood was off.
That's what I'm saying to you. So these managers had a falling out with the board, and when he has a falling out, these managers, they think that he's not going to last long, and they don't invest. That is a recurring pattern to your recurring pattern too.
Falling over the board as well, because he's not getting backed.
Yeah, but they have a falling out. See, bro, they didn't think that even in this season, right? They didn't think, even though we backed Lampard, they still thought Lampard was going to fail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I believe the only reason we spent so much last season is how far behind we fell. I think the board are convinced that this is me, right? I don't have an inside thing. I think the board is convinced that we have a good enough squad to go into the season and challenge Man City. I actually believe. I think what might convince them to change is if City actually sign anyone, so Son, Kane or Grealish. If they compete, Son, Grealish and Kane, I think the board might go in and actually panic and overpay for Lukaku.
Grealish has been confirmed.
Yeah. I don't
What?
think
We can't do that. Wait for everyone else to do it now.
Terry said that.
He's confirmed to go City, yeah? Okay, well that's interesting, isn't it? Guys, before we finish off, I just want to get Klasef's point of view on the whole Lukaku, Haaland. Klasef, how you doing, my man? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm here to talk about this situation. To be honest, there's too much going on, and I don't want Marina to make some stupid decision. 130 million, 120 million cash is not something Marina should do. Maximum 60 to 80 million on installment. We cannot give Inter Milan 100 million and then they pay off United 60 million, and 60 million United go and gets Haaland. We cannot do that. This is criminal. Anything more than 60 million for Lukaku on installment is we might just give them the title, United. Because Inter Milan and United have an agreement, and the reason Haaland is shushed because he's waiting for Marina to spend 130 million, and then United can get Haaland. That's why Haaland is shushed.
Mate, if Haaland goes United, that is fucking shit. I'm telling you now.
I'll get right. I'll get a DM with them.
We can't give cash to United. Why should we give one?
What you mean? You mean next season? Haaland's not going to United.
Right now, he might go because United would have 60 million because Milan. Wait. Let me speak.
And they got Sancho as well.
Inter Milan has clearly said they want cash. They want 120 cash for Lukaku. They are selling us a dream of Lukaku, right? We can't do that. We cannot give more than 60 million on installment to Inter Milan, and that's it. And if we want to give 130 million, listen, if we want to give 130 million to United and Inter Milan, we then need Telles and Pogba. We need Lukaku, Telles, and Pogba because Inter Milan and United. Listen, Inter Milan and United
you do know next season when Haaland's is that when his release clause is activated? All the big clubs will want him. So Real Madrid, Bayern Munich will want to replace Lewandowski. Like United, unless they do a madness next season, like win the league or win the Champions League, they're not going to be ahead of the queue to buy him.
I think he's going Bayern Munich. I think it's already written in the stars.
So, like, there's no, and that's why for Chelsea doing a risk of trying to get him next season is stupid because we're not going to be ahead of the queue to buy him. We're not bigger than
If we give cash to Inter Milan right now, if we give them cash right now, listen, United haven't spent any money. 73 million is on installment. They still have at least 150 million to spend because they will get money from Inter Milan. So they would have money to. And listen, Haaland. I've been following him closely because I'm also a Dortmund fan. He only likes Rashford and Sancho's tweets. Only Fabrizio. That's it. Only Jan. All the people connected with Sky and United. He only likes them. So we cannot give cash to United at this moment.
Thank you.
Listen.
So you're telling me he's going Man United then?
Inter Milan has said to United,
Haaland or Lukaku? You're saying Haaland's going?
Haaland's going United.
I'm talking about. Listen, if Inter Milan gets the money, 130 million. They give 60 million to United.
Yeah, Man United. I know that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then they have a chance to get the Haaland guy.
Everyone's got a chance to get Haaland next season, though.
Yeah. And then they will also. What's the motive for Inter Milan? Inter Milan would say to United, okay, we can do this to you. We can bring Haaland to your club, but give us Alex Telles or Van de Beek because they are linked with Inter Milan for a loan move. So you have to be very careful right now.
I get where you're going with it, bro. I do. I know what you're saying, and as usual, you always drop bombs, and I like it. You always give us a different opinion on the situation. And actually, 1 second, we've got a donation here. Who's a clown?
Yeah, okay, listen, I'm a clown, but why would you give 130 million to a club?
No, but you're not, Classic, you're not the only one that said that.
Not saying
Collins
good
just said that.
Lukaku
Claire just says that. Some of the live viewers have also said they wouldn't do that. I actually think 130 is still quite a lot, but I get it. I get where you're arguing with it. I do, to a degree. I get where what you're just saying to that. But he scores goals, and because of his last 2 seasons at Inter Milan, he can get away with ideally a figure of that because he's banging in double-digit goals for fun.
Belotti scored double-digit.
So he,
don't say Belotti, please, God. We're not getting Belotti. That's the last.
But guys, I do need to.
So I'm talking about his hitting. If you're talking about goals, Belotti scored goals in Italian league.
Guys, I do need to end it. I do need to end it there because I have got to shoot off. I've got to unfortunately go out. But again, what an amazing show! 450 live viewers at any one time tuned in to GNA TV. We're on our road to 1.8k, well 2k mainly, but 1.8k. We're sort of 13 or 14 away. I need you guys. There's 257 of you still tuned in now to make sure that you subscribe to the channel, subscribe to GNA TV, hit that like button. There's also a bell notification button below the stream. If you hit that, it will let you guys know when we go live. We are looking to do a members chat soon as well, where we'll allow you guys to become members as well of GNA TV. And we're also looking to do a group, maybe on a Telegram or a Discord, so that we can let you guys know when we go live. Because sometimes YouTube don't notify everyone, and that's the problem. So we might have to do that at a later stage. I've got another donation coming as well. Haaland would stay 2 to 3 max. Lukaku would stay 4 to 5 years. I've heard that as well, and I partly get that. But the only thing I would say is whoever comes through that door to Chelsea, and Hazard's a good example of it because he wanted to go to Real Madrid. They get the bug. They start winning things. They get the emotional attachment to us, and they end up staying through. And that's one thing that Chelsea do.
I don't think you can use that as. What's the word? Hazard.
I'm going to end it.
I know. Sorry, hold on. Even though Real Madrid was the dream for Hazard, like Hazard didn't have the drive or hunger because realistically he should have left 3 or 4 years before he even did. Haaland does have that drive, and his agent is Raiola. Like Chelsea fans, do you want Raiola in another 2 or 3 years to do what Raiola has been doing to Dortmund for the past year?
You do know Lukaku comes to Chelsea, you know it's the 7th club he's been to, yeah? Like, if Lukaku doesn't like his situation, he's going to bounce quick as he did every other situation. If you're trying to make a comparison...
Just quick one before you go. Listen, Inter Milan and United, Ashley Young, Alex Sanchez, all of these players, they are very close-knitted, Inter Milan and United. So be careful. Don't spend the money. Marina, I would rather not win EPL this year. Just don't spend the money right now. Wait a moment. Wait a second.
Well, this is what they're doing, Classic, because look, originally it was a couple of hours that this Lukaku official bid was going to come through, and Romano's now said within a week. So maybe Chelsea are taking a step back. I actually think Chelsea have made the decision already. I think it's either Lukaku, Haaland, whatever they're going to do. They know exactly what they've got to do. We're at the last hurdle right now. They know if they give Inter Milan 130, he's coming. They know with Haaland, if they give him 175, whatever the fuck they want, 200, they're going to get him. So it's just down to us again to make that move. And this is what I keep saying to people. Be patient, wait for the confirmation, and we can have our thoughts. Everyone's entitled to their opinions of what we're going to do. The truth behind it all, before I finish it, is none of us fucking know what's going on. Let's be serious, yeah? We can all sit here and think we do know what's going on. We don't. We can, we make our own images. So
is this the most real news out of the whole? Like, I feel like Lukaku's done, to be honest.
Okay, then that's cool.
No, I'm with you too. You heard everything I said, yeah? But we've been waiting all transfer season, right? For something like the news of Lukaku, right? Or whether it was Haaland, whatever. And this is the closest we've got. This is the most from the tier 1 sources. Does that make sense? That's why we're all convinced.
Sasko has said, breaking news, his agent's been spotted in London looking for a house for him. It's a done deal. Ron likes the manager and the Chelsea project. Cool. I haven't seen, is that all over Twitter? I need to have a look at that. If someone's got that, if you've got me on Twitter, if you haven't got me on Twitter, go and follow me, CFC_gem. Go and follow me on there. If you get any news that I haven't seen, just ping it to me. Drop me a DM or saying I will respond back to
What's
you
with
guys.
all the waffle today, man? That's another waffle.
I don't know, mate. It's
Everyone's
one of them.
waffling
This
today.
is what I'm saying. Look, CFC chats.
I love the
Honestly,
streams, though.
I am not waiting. This is what I'm saying. I'm not jumping in. But the reason I made the show was not to dig at Lukaku or Haaland. It was just to say I ain't jumping on any of these journalists because they've all been saying up and down things the whole fucking 3 weeks. I don't know where the fuck we are at the moment. I'm just waiting for clarity from my club, from our football club, to say to us, there it goes. Here's the official bid. This is what we're doing. And on that note, I am going to end it there because I do need to go, guys.
I need to watch this match. Better scores. Yeah.
Let's see, guys. Let's see. Hopefully, we do end up getting a striker and we sort this out. Go and follow CFC Chats as well. He's got his own YouTube channel. CFC Chats, isn't it? That is it.
Yeah,
so
that's it.
Follow him on that on YouTube. Collins, thank you. Declared, always, mate. Thank you. Prime, big up to you, my man. Classic, big up to you as well, and big up to a man like Daniel Williams as well. Guys, I'll see you all again soon. Hopefully, the next stream I do will actually have more clarity on what's going. Otherwise, you're going to see more of me talking like this. So, see you later. Peace.
VIP, stay low key, like bando bitch, oh please, yeah. Brand new whip, no keys, yeah. Get down on knees, yeah, yeah.